Alright, BobalosRex here, and today we're doing a lore rant about the Earthen, and I want to talk about what I think is next for the Earthen. But first, let's talk about the Earthen. So, if you saw the intro quest, you probably learned a lot about the Earthen there, but let's get into it. So, the Earthen here are different than the Earthen we knew. Alright? Now, it does seem that they have been afflicted by the curse of flesh, but they may not have. So I think they had been, but they reacted differently to it. I think what it's explained is the curse of flesh basically gave them free will. But something else may have helped them maintain their stony bodies, because the earth in here have been affected by a couple of different things. One, Valadar, possibly, and two, the tree. Alright? Now, if you do some looking up about the Freya Sworn, more on that later, this little thing gives you a lot of info about the different types of earthen. But let's talk about the earthen we helped here. So, if y'all did the quest here, you know, we go through, we help the council, we reform the council of Dornogal. We got the council world, the stone ward, the high speaker, and then the storm ward. And the whole thing with the campaign is all of the earthen come together to become unbound. Alright? Breaking the edicts, and the titans are like, whoa, stop that. We don't like that. Or the machine that they had set in order, that if this gets broken, Big Boy wakes up and starts blasting. And then that thing looked like a Zandalari, or a construct we see in Uldir, which is very interesting. But, so that happens. But we fix everything. We get the earthen printing machine. You know, we all saw it yesterday when I was doing this. But it's this big old thing over here. But we got this thing working if you did the quest line. You know, we got to also experience some more stuff, hearing about the if you did the quest for Myrix, you got to see how he's that other dude, Steel Vein, doing stuff and all that. And then if you did the other Earthen Unlock questline, you learn how their memories work, which is very interesting. But then you also learn how stasis in them work. Now, one of the interesting thing about our Earthen is we had dreams in our stasis. Now, is that caused by Azeroth? Don seems to think so, because I'm quoting Don here. Don, could you feel her dream entangle with yours? She's talking about Azeroth's dream. There's more to the quote. So here, did you hear her song while you slumbered? Could you feel her dream entangled with hers? And then when she's talking to Obrick, or whatever the one dude's name, she's explaining to him that it's called a dream. Our earthen dream. Now, because we were in stasis, so normally earthen don't sleep. Okay, but we were in stasis. And I'm calling us the first dreamers. We are the first dreaming earthen. And we are all the player created earthen are imbued with Azeroth's world soul energy. And you do the quest, and they're all like, you got excess world soul energy. We too pumped up because we had the prime world soul. And apparently the Titans didn't like that. They were straight up imprisoning us. Maybe like they did Azeroth. We don't know. But they dislike the excess world soul energy, and they seem to dislike the free will in their subjects, which when the Earthen broke the edicts, they got attacked. So, that's kind of where we are with the Earthen. Oh, I wrote down the edicts here. So the edicts for the Earthen. Alright, if you didn't know. Alright. To the Earthen of Dornagal, build and maintain the structures and facilities. And maintain the build and maintain the structures and facilities of Dornagal and the Coreway. Protect the city of Dornagal and the Coreway. Very focused on protecting the Coreway. Then another edict for the Earthen of the Ringing Deeps. Maintain the Titan's machine above and along the Coreway. So the Titans really care about this Coreway. Okay? But they also don't want the Earthen to have freedom. Now, the Earthen have been kind of just left without any help. So, of course, they're going to need to be unbound. Does that mean the Titans are bad? No. We know what happened to them. I think the Titans are up to something personally, but we can't say for certain. Okay, because we know that the Titans had to deal with stuff, and then the Keepers had to deal with stuff, and they got fucked up. So who was here to come back and help the Earthen? They were just left here. So I'm glad that they're unbound, and they're like, hey, no one's here to help us. We got to help ourselves. We're going to team up with the Alliance and Horde. Good for them. And Azeroth seems to be behind it. So that's good. Now, where do we go from here? And that's what this video is about. So, one of the things I think we do from here is I think the Keepers are going to get back together. I think the Earthen, we see them going out and exploring. I'm going to share some screenshots later, but we see Earthen popping up in Orgrimmar, popping up in Stormwind, popping up in Borealis, apparently. I've been looking around other places. There's some in Thunderbluff. Alright, I gotta check some other places. We'll probably see them in Silvermoon. I really like that we're seeing these new races, Blizzard's popping them up in places. I was also finding Drakthir that were in places, and I was like, oh my god, when did they add these? So, Earthen are exploring the world. Good for them. But let's talk about who they're gonna run into. We got Tyr, Aimless. You know, the Earthen are programmed to do something. They were aimless, but they figured it out and are having fun now. Tyr's still having an issue. Maybe the Earthen can help Tyr. Maybe the Earthen can help Arcadis. Maybe the Earthen can help Iron Aya. Or would those Keepers be mad at these Earthen? That's going to be interesting, and that is something I feel has got to happen. Like, Tyr's needs to do something. I keep saying, Tyr's going to do something. Tyr's going to do something. They brought him back. He's got to do something. Alright? Now, and we got Earthen Paladins. So, what better emissary for Tyr? Now, what I'm curious is, are we going to see these Earthen hit up Uldaman? Ulduar? Maybe in Last Titan. For that one. Uldaman could be sooner. Uldoris, aka Tyrhold. Maybe, like I said, they go see Tyr. And what about Uldir? They literally got attacked by a construct. It looks like it came out of Uldir. They need to head over to Zandalar. Maybe they know some stuff that's up with the trolls. What the Titans did over there. And then the other thing is new classes. The Freya Sworn are set up to be druids. And if you talk to that one dude I was talking about, he talks about there being Freya Sworn that were originally here. There were original Freya Sworn that actually helped. It kind of seems like to me that the Freya Swarm helped open up the Ringing Deeps area, because the people that would come to replace them would be the machine speakers. But let's bring this up so y'all can see real quick. So, one to access it, you apparently have to bypass some security. Archive information reveals that the Freya Swarm were unofficially designated with terraforming terraforming sector AR-938. That's Kazalgar. Side note, all of the Oolds, even Tierhold, have the Ould name because they're main Titan facilities, okay? What I'm starting to think now is I'm interested in this area not having an Ould distinction, or will it? Will we find out this had an Ould distinction? But it keeps being referred to as this sector. This sector. You know, why would the Titans refer to this as a sector? And then we have Site 0. But, it seems this is its own... It's not an Ould because it's not a proper Titan facility. It seems they sent the Earthen here and Watcher Dorn. And even Arcadis popped up at some point. They sent them here to do a task. To watch this area. To watch the Coreway. That goes a lot deeper than the Ringing Deeps, apparently. From what it seems. And it doesn't have an Ould distinction because it seems to be built by the Earthen. Okay? And it's just like an extra facility. You know, not a main one. Now, which means there's still a bunch more Oulds we need to find. Because Mother and whatnot. But, like I said here, the Freya Sworn here, there were already some. But we also saw Freya Sworn up top. So, if you read this, here, I'll read it. Archived information reveals that the Freya Sworn were unofficially designated with the terraforming of Sector AR-938's aqueducts during the initial construction of Site 0. Now, I think this has something to do with the Ringing Deeps, but Site 0 may be all the way down the Coreway. What's down there? But they also did a lot of the terraforming to set up the aqueducts. Following the completion of the Stone Vault, the Freya Swarm were eventually deemed redundant and recalled to the Hall of Awakening for stasis. So someone didn't like the Freya Swarm. Due to their unregistered calibrations, the original recalled Freya Swarm were not reassigned and have remained within the Stone Vault until the machine's recent awakening. When are we getting Earthen Druids? We need them. Subsequent reports of Freya Sworn existing on the surface over the course of history can be attributed to a vulnerable group of Earthen exposed to a data breach in the form of unsanctioned edicts. Freya Swarm up there are unsanctioned. They're fake. More of the Titans will doing. So I definitely see Earthen getting Druids soon. Death Knights and Demon Hunters would come with Bolvar starting the next wave of Death Knights and Illidan coming back and training Demon Hunters. So who knows when that will be. But yeah, I definitely think we're getting a Return of the Keepers. I definitely want to see Earthen popping up in places, and I'm gonna actually show some of the stuff that I took pictures of here. Alright, there we go. Okay, so this first image is a fellow in Thunderbluff. Alright, I've spent many cycles studying the runic ley lines beneath Kazalgar and the Ringing Deeps. They were familiar to me like a language I've always known and understood. But here in these lands, the lines are different, the runes somehow familiar, yet entirely alien to me. These rune masters speak of them as veins within the earth. They have many legends on their origins and speak of an earth mother with her veins that surge with primordial essence. They even speak of nearby healing hot springs powered by ley line energy. How intriguing. So I think this is really cool. You know, it gives us other race lore building as well, and we get to see what the Earthen think of other places, as well as give us a little info about what they did. Now, let's go to the next one here. Bada boom. Okay. Now there is this individual. And she is like, I'm starting to understand why we were met with some Okay. So, in this one, she's talking about the dwarves, the Earthen, being met with distrustful gaze in certain cities. So we do see the world building of some characters not liking the Earthen, some horde characters not liking the Earthen. So if people want to LARP as their characters and not like the Earthen being part of the horde, whatever, I think they're great for the horde, in my opinion. So it is what it is. But this is cool. See, more world building. I'm starting to understand. So yeah, I'm starting to understand why we were met with some distrustful gazes when we first arrived. The Tauren tell me of their history with our fleshy descendants and how they tore through their land in search of treasure and secrets pertaining to my kin, no less. All right. Hagarda exhales softly as she shakes her head. Even the most ambitious of Stoneborn knew that when the earth rumbled and quaked, its voice must be heard and its might respected, lest we paid the price for angering it. There's a mighty reverence for the land here. Perhaps other Stoneborn will visit one day. Now here, this makes me remember an interesting part. So, basically, the Stormrooks are ordered critters, which we see the Titans ordering the elements in ways, you know, eventually ordering the dragons. I think it's definitely something to pay attention to how much the Titans ordered things versus create their own things. We see them make an Earthen. We hear that they made the Titan Keepers. I'm wondering if they started in ordering things. Look at the Jarden. Could the Jarden have been ordered and turned into other things, and the ones we met just been the leftovers? I don't know. Maybe we'll never know with the Jarden. Maybe whatever they were going to be is done. But I definitely think the Titans came here and started ordering stuff. They clearly built some things, but I wonder how much of the stuff they built and how much of the stuff they stole. Now, here's another one in Orgrimmar. Garketh has been telling me all about the forges from his homeland, Blackrock Foundry, he called it. A fortress of industry. It sounds like a true wonder to behold, or was rather. He tells me that it's now lost, and I didn't press on what he meant by that. Man, we know what the Lightforge, or Yrel did, and alternate Draenor. Either way, we've been talking about Orgrimmar's scattered forges, and for a city as fortified as this, we were both a bit surprised at the lack of dedicated industrial foregrounds. It's just the thing a canyon city like this is missing. Wouldn't you agree? Seaside coolant systems, cliff-caved quarries, a port of trade even. The opportunities to expand are endless. Yo, when we getting that, our Earthen gonna help us revamp Stormwind and Orgrimmar? I would love to see Earthen help us revamp Orgrimmar and give us something like he's talking about there. That just sounds cool as hell. Alright, let's pull up the next one. What is it? Oh yeah, this lady. The only form of leisure I knew as a peacekeeper was spending time in the fire baths. I finally take the opportunity to leave the isle, and what do? Find a place to soak. The salt deposits in these canyons make for some mineral-rich water basins. Sort of reminds me of Boulder Springs, but maybe I'm a little homesick. Hey! My kitties were fighting. Alright, let's get to the next one. Oh, this one's a good one. Look at this beautiful creature. Again in Stormwind, we're at the Wind Riders. Talking to Harmut right over there. Imagine my surprise when I learned that there's nothing elemental. Oh, look at these beautiful creatures. They call them wind riders. Imagine my surprise when I learned there's nothing elemental about them at all, despite their name. They're all flesh and fur, yet they glide through the sky like a breeze. Fascinating, right? Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. They're free. Just like the Earthen. Alright. Drachma here tells me that both his people and the Torn revere these wyverns not just as mounts but as loyal and fierce companions. It reminds me of the connection the Cloud Rooks and the Ramless have with my people back home. I can't wait to tell Oberig about this. He's bound to be excited as I am. So that's pretty cool. Gives us a little extra lore about the Storm Rooks and a little extra lore about the Earthen. Alright, let's get to the next one. Hold on. That's not the next one. This one? Yeah. Okay. Now, this lady has some interesting stuff to say. So this is Lingoga. I'm still in Ogremar. You can see from the minimap, I'm at that top spring, or that like little river at the top of the plateau area. These lands have seen much strife, haven't they? I can feel it in the dry earth, in the arid wind, in the cool streams. It speaks of a long past histories of upheaval and catastrophe, and recent cries of anguish, rage, and pain. Much pain. But the surface of the water is calm now. The canyon's dust rests softly, and the breeze whispers its favor. Whatever discord and turmoil churned here seems resolved. The respect shown for the land here is echoed by the harmonic song of the elements. If you did the Orc Heritage, you know what's up. Durotar is healing. Thrall is putting in some work and healing the elements of this land. And I think this is good. I'm definitely feeling city updates coming soon with these Earthen when they integrate, because they're already spreading. This is base War Within, and they've already spread out. We got at least 3 major patches and a bunch of little patches. I think the Earthen are going to be popping up all over. And now let's get to the last one, which is the first one I did. Here it is. Let me make sure I get the right thing. In the Cleft of Shadows, in the Warlock Earthen. Let's get to it. I first sought refuge down here, as the open sky made me feel too exposed. But I'm glad I found this place. The locals in these tunnels have much to say about the city above and below. Some speak of distrust from their own kin on the surface, and the comfort they seek in this place. Others speak of forlorn magic wielded only in secret. Some of it reminds me of the kobold legends that spoke of something that manifested from the deepest, oldest corners of the world. They call it the darkness. I'm very much curious to learn more. Dude, I think this is really neat. I think what they're doing with the Earthen here is very cool. And I'm excited to see what they're doing with the world building with them. And like I said before, I see what's next for the Earthen, them expanding, them exploring, reuniting the Keepers, maybe giving them new purpose, aka Tyr, Arcadis, the Keepers that they would care about. Maybe even Freya. Will the Freya Sworn reunite with Freya? What has Freya been doing in Uldor? Maybe she starts roaming again. Ooh. You know? And I do see them getting the classes that they're missing. Druid, Death Knight down the line. Demon Hunter probably further down the line. But I definitely see them as druids. They definitely need druids. We want stone kitties. Stone rams. We already got a stone bear. You know, I definitely see them being druids at some point soon. And that's it. That's all I got for right now. I do want to check out what the Alliance Earthen say. But maybe y'all can check it out on your own. I definitely think for Earthen, you want to explore. They want to explore. You know, and that's what it's about. And I definitely see us going deeper in the core way, the Earthen leading the way, and I definitely see the Earthen spreading out and maybe starting some stuff in other places. Uldoris in the Dragon Isles, Uldir and Zandalar, Uldar when we go up there. You know they're gonna play a part when we go up North Rent. And then we do know the dwarves have been digging over here for Earthen stuff. We do know there's Earthen stuff in Kalimdor. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see it. Anyways, that's it for now. Thank you for watching as always. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.